Investigations were stunning. Multiple former and current employees and residents reported fights, assaults, understaffing, and runaway issues at a live-in mental health facility for young people.
iTeammate uncovered those issues at Resource Residential Treatment Facility in Fountain Square. And as we've gone through our reporting, changes started happening. iTeammate Stephanie Zepelin joins us now to show us what happened this year. A year since we first brought these allegations to light, Steph.
Yeah, a year since we first started looking into this facility. And even after our first story a year ago, things started changing at Resource. According to their website, they address a variety of psychological issues like depression, anxiety, substance abuse, and PTSD. After our reporting, they put a new CEO in charge, and the facility's fixed a lot of the problems we've told you about.
See where they had kicked the door in.
We start the story here. A frustrated woman who says a vacant home on her block was serving as a hideout for runaways from Resource. After her story, we met Jerome and Audrey. Jerome's son and Audrey were residents at Resource.
For months, I had to let him stay in a facility where he was being abused.
During the course of our investigation, we learned about what employees and residents said went on inside these walls. Fights, inappropriate relationships between employees and residents, even kids kicking down doors and walls to escape. The people who own Resource and their former CEO refused to do an interview or answer our questions. But we noticed things were happening.
A friend of mine said to call you guys, and I think we've got some progress going.
We talked to Jane Smith, the first person to bring the facility to our attention about the changes.
What did you think when I called you again to tell you all the changes they've made at the center to try to keep the kids from being able to escape?
Oh, I thought it was great. I thought it was great because it's the safety of those kids.
So what all has changed? After our reporting, the facility put up this outside fence, but they also agreed to let us inside to interview their new CEO, who told us even more about what we couldn't see from the outside. Brady Seraphin took over as CEO of Resource in June of this year.
When you took this job, were you aware of some of the controversy or reporting surrounding what had gone on here?
Absolutely. I did my homework.
But before he even got here, a lot of changes had already been made.
There have been steps taken to ensure the safety of the young people here in the facility. I think you noticed that the security fence has been put up, the doors are different, the walls have been reinforced. There have, Resources taken considerable steps to ensure that the facility is as safe as we can possibly make it.
They also added more than 65 security cameras inside when they previously had none. And he's made his share of improvements too.
Before I was here, kids attended about 2.5 hours a day of school. They now attend a full day of school. I thought operationally that made much more sense. And transition back into the community, it made more sense that they were used to that kind of structure.
He's also letting some residents work on projects outside the walls of the facility. And the hope with all of this is to improve the lives of those children and our community. We
know if we do nothing with these young people, we know what we're going to get. But if we can engage them differently, allow them to have some success, there's no end to the possibilities of the potential that they have.
The day we visited Resource, there were 69 kids, 55 of those sent there by DCS. If you have a problem with a facility like this, you're encouraged to contact Indiana Disability Rights. We have a web-exclusive story with them about the monitoring of Resource and similar facilities. We also have links to our previous reporting about Resource in this story on our website, wishtv.com.